Well, today's the 70th anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, so I thought what better way to celebrate than by killing fictional Nazis?
Never any better way to celebrate than that.
No?
Classic.
So we're going to celebrate by playing Wolfenstein the Old Blood, which is a standalone expansion pack to Wolfenstein New Order. You don't have to have that owned or installed or anything to play this one. But if you had played that one, I don't know if you'll like this one, and I think we'll get into that a bit later. Let's get going. Well, first we should mention, actually, you can see the title screen here, is actually pretty much a direct recreation of the original cover art for Wolfenstein 3D. And that sort of belies that this DLC is an intentional throwback to the earlier Wolfenstein games. Both just in, I mean, you're literally going to Castle Wolfenstein, like you used to. But also, a little more gameplay-wise as well. We're going to start in the prison. We're going to skip the cutscene, but there will be spoilers for this probably, so keep an eye out for that. This DLC is divided into 8 chapters, and split into 2 halves, 4 chapters apiece. The first is Rudy Jaeger and the Den of Wolves. The second is The Dark Secrets of Helga von Schaps. I don't really know why they bothered to split them into 2 separate episodes by title, because there's not really any difference between them. Like, once you're done with chapter 4, just go right into chapter 5 and start the other one. They're not like separate, you don't choose them separate start screens or anything like that. So you start in prison in Castle... Actually, you're infiltrating Castle Wolfenstein, and then you get caught, and then you're in prison. And, we get going here. Wake up, BJ. There we go.
God damn it, Blazkowicz. You done messed up now.
Yeah, BJ's real hard on himself, you know? This takes place before...
I'm here, Wesley.
Obviously, the New Order takes place primarily in 1960,
somehow.
but the first mission takes place in 1946. This takes place immediately prior to that. What you're looking for is actually the information that lets you go on the strike in the first mission of the main game. So right here is pretty much the biggest new development for this game, for this DLC, which is kind of a shame. It's a pipe. Like, not much else to say, it's a pipe. That's literally like the big new weapon. You know, you think a DLC expansion pack, you think of crazy new guns or anything, especially for a franchise like Wolfenstein, but no, I get a pipe. Like, what is that? And they let you climb, which, I don't know, it doesn't really add anything. It's sort of there.
Climb on that crumbly looking.
Yeah, it's very specific where you can climb. It doesn't really add anything, it's just there. It's really weird. That's Super Soldaten, but because this takes place in 1946, they haven't figured them out. So unlike the main game, most of them are tethered to power cords. You basically plug them, you unplug them, and then go unplug them permanently.
Seen your type before back in Death's Head.
So the first half of the DLC, at least for a few chapters, is pretty stealth focused. Now the main game, they let you be stealth-focused, like if you wanted to. They had the system with the commanders, where the commanders are spread throughout missions, and you could take them out if you wanted. And if you did, that would stop them from calling for backup. But that was more of a choice. Like, you can play however you want. This one, you're sort of forced into stealth a little bit for a while, especially here. Gotta fight these giant guys, and all I have is a pipe. I mean, I can pick up their miniguns once they're dead, but that runs out of ammo pretty quick. Let's try it. Yeah, alright. We'll play on easy, the easiest mode, so it wouldn't go like that. But on the regular difficulties, it's a little bit harder to just use the minigun for a while. So it's sort of, like I said, it sort of forces you into stealth, even if, even if that's not the most fun. There's a lot of this, just turning these things off and going forward.
Waiting for it to turn off?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a Nazi, but I don't think this is the greatest way to design doors for your castle.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, who's alleging otherwise? I mean, I'm not. I'm gonna go put this on record right now. I'm not a Nazi.
I like the pipe screwing together though.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change anything. It just changes the animations when you kill people. But I don't know. Let's kill this dog.
Well, there's guard dog.
Let's kill this Kampfhund.
That is, yeah.
Confunda.
That one's even worse than
Yeah.
the first
We
one.
didn't hear the yelps, the other one. Frankly,
He yells at
pathetic.
his brother.
Yep, switching, see? Long pipe, two pipe. Long pipe, two pipe. If you haven't played the first Wolfenstein, I mean, the action's a lot of fun. I really like it. I love any first-person shooter that's got a good lean system. You know, you can lean left and right, lean around corners. I love that. But I don't think Wolfenstein: The New Order. I don't think its strength was really its combat. I think people really like that game. I mean, it was a Wolfenstein game, which is sort of what people. Oh, he's proud of me. He's proud of me. Oh shit. Yep. Well, I'm gonna die, so die soon. But like I was saying, I don't think the strength of the previous the main New Order was action or anything. It really is character and atmosphere, you know. I mean, there's one character, if you didn't play it, who basically insinuated that if the Nazis had not taken over, he would have grown up to be Jimi Hendrix. So there's lots of cool stuff like that, lots of real character moments, which is surprising for a game from Wolfenstein, which you would think of as stupid shooting. But this sort of just goes back to the stupid shooting, and I think it's for the worst. Especially since, like I said, sometimes you're forced into stealth, which is probably I would say it's probably the worst part of the action in the main game. So we're gonna just try and finish up here in this part, and then we'll skip a little more action part. Show you some of the new weapons. There's only a few new weapons besides the pipe, but I was similarly disappointed because I don't know, they were sort of going back to the roots here, they said, so I was expecting, crazy Nazi experimental weapons. But instead, you just get, like, they're pretty much regular guns. I mean, you get a semi-auto shotgun called the Scope Hammer. I don't know, Shock Hammer. Like I said, I'm not a Nazi. I don't know how to say that. And then there's a bolt-action rifle. It's just, I mean, that's not new and exciting. It's a bolt-action rifle in every game I've ever played, right?
I think you want to play World at War.
Yeah, Call of Duty World at War? Yeah, so, sure.
The bolt action.
Yeah,
That first Nazi.
I gotta admit, I kind of miss World War II games. You know, they sort of gone out of favor. We've got all the modern terror stunts and stuff.
Well, they put too many people in a row.
Yeah.
We had a overexposure.
Yeah.
Now we got the nonsense. That was the last Call of Duty.
You didn't like it when they nuked America in order to save it? That was Modern Warfare 2, but that's what was nonsense as well.
No, the guns got to be too much. Play casually.
Yeah. Well, the guns in this expansion, like I said, aren't much. The ones I said, how'd you like?
Pipe in this expansion.
Yeah, pipes. Well, here I am climbing again. There's just a lot of stuff that, like, it's new, but I don't really add anything other than you do this thing. It's not more fun. It's not, I don't know, it's just a pipe. Like, what's up with that? But yeah, like I said, you're sort of forced to stealth here for a little bit, and not much else to show here, so I think we're gonna back out and go to one of the more action missions to show us some new guns. Alright.
Can you curb stop?
Can you curb stomp? No, but you can blow Nazis' heads up with the bolt-action rifle or the shotgun.
So earlier, when you were playing on easy, you didn't say you were playing on Can I Play Daddy, Pacifier, and Baby Pacifier.
Well, we saw the pacifier, so I thought, listen, man, I don't want to, nobody wants to watch me fail and load a checkpoint again and again. Alright.
You already died once, so yeah.
Alright, fella. I had enough out of you. So this is the assault rifle game. You're probably familiar with it. Oh, I forgot. They also give you an explosive pistol, basically a grenade launcher pistol. Oh wow! See? Well, I guess that's what I get for playing on Don't Hurt Me, Daddy. That wasn't very hard. So there's a pistol. As you can see, like I said, you're back in Castle Wolfenstein, like the original games, which is kind of neat. It's a little bit novel, but it gets real samey after a while. So it's opposite. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's novel that, you know, you're returning to the classic Wolfenstein setting, but it's not actually any really fun to be in it. You know, it's just corridor after corridor. You get to, like, the second half of the DLC, you go to a tiny, you know, traditional German village.
Blow it up.
You don't blow it up. It might get blown up. Hey, that's all I'm going to say. Allegedly.
Just like,
Purportedly.
you're allegedly.
Allegedly not a Nazi. No, see, because that's true.
On the record.
That's true.
Not a Nazi.
Gotta do something. Oh, here we go. As you can see, he's totally sleeveless, and for some reason, he's almost shirtless this entire game, and
he didn't look as muscular there as he does on the cover.
Well, that's, you know, good to say.
That's my...
But for some reason, you get stripped of your clothes, like when you're going to prison at first. But then he never bothers to pick up a shirt until, like, the very end of the game, and
I wouldn't bother.
You wouldn't bother to wear anything when you're getting, I mean, not even body armor?
You just picked up what looked like a piece of Roman gladiator armor. So I think he's fine. If you can't see his shirt, he's gotta have something on his torso, right?
I don't know. Just fucking, I wouldn't be sure if you're not so careful. I'd put on some clothes. I don't know, maybe he's like John McClane if you want to wear a dead man's clothes. Shoes. Oh yeah, shoes. So this is the bomb and shouts. Bolt action rifle. Oh, got that guy. You can see it's got a scope you can flip on and off if you find it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. In a few instances where you might have to snipe. Let's see. There's the Schalk hammer, whatever, Schalk. This is really, really easy.
What was that called in that? I get those two.
I know the ones you're thinking of. They had like a side pipe thing, if you remember that.
They were pretty sweet.
I think those were real. This is not. Yeah, so they're... yeah, see, he's gone. No arm.
He is, he's throwing up a salute, though. True Nazi.
Yeah, you know, die doing what you love.
Wrong hand,
I guess.
Close enough,
though. This guy didn't manage to salute. I don't know. I guess he wasn't loyal enough to the cause. There is one part, there's some, you know, nice character stuff. There's one part where you find a literal grammar Nazi. There's one Nazi, and he's saying, like, he was laying in bed with a girl, and then the other one says he's lying in bed, and they start arguing about it, so that's kind of clever. But I think some of the other characters, yeah, I'm definitely better. But the other character, basically the antagonist, I think they tried too hard. There was a scene in the first game that, or the main game, that people talked a lot in previews and everything. That was really hyped up, where you're in the main game and you're talking to like a Nazi commander lady, and you're trying to pass a test to prove that you're a Nazi when you're undercover. I think they try to replicate that same feel with one of the villains, but it just doesn't work. They also sort of go for like a B-movie type feel. Like they return a little bit to the weird Nazi magic occult stuff that the previous games did, but they also sort of say that they're going for a B-movie vibe, but it doesn't really show up other than like the loading screens that show like a grindhouse type posters in the separate halves. So that's pretty much it.
What was the name of the gun you used? The machine gun turret?
I think it's like MG46 as opposed to MG42, which was like the one that was actually used.
Clearly inspired by it. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool gun. I like it.
I can take it off, and I'm a huge muscle man. Let's see if we can get him to flex his arms a little more. See? Ah, well.
Shirt or no shirt?
Shirt or no shirt.
Still carry around.
Let's go to one last bit. We're going to skip ahead.
That banner.
Yeah, take that, cloth. This part's going to be real spoilery. It spoils pretty much the only big surprise in this, so if you don't want to watch that, don't watch it. Idiot.
Yeah.
You want to play on Don't Hurt Me instead of Can I Play That? You know what, I'm going to play Can I Play That? You don't hurt me. It's over. But like really a terrible shot. But this is also like the 30th time. I can't count how many times something falls on top of BJ and knocks him out in this
You know,
DLC.
we're worried about the NFL and concussion.
Yeah, you know,
This has got to be.
Was ist passiert?
it's time and time and again, you know.
Mitgespennt, das muss das Erdbeben ausgelöst haben.
So the secret spoiler here is that the Nazis are hunting for this magic thing that King Otto of Holy Roman Empire used to use, and it made him conquer his enemies. It's zombies. They find a thing that lets them create zombies. So, I don't know, I guess that's sort of where the B-movie stuff comes in.
Looks like a
It's
dusty
kind of weird, though,
old
because you
man.
find, you know, there are collectibles all
Secrets are
around,
you
where you
looking
find
for,
people's
Helga?
diaries and notes and that stuff. And they say how, you know, like traditional zombies,
Kessler,
you
can
can
you
only
hear me? Helga's
kill
gone.
them by dismembering them or
weather.
blowing up
I'm
their
coming
head.
back to the boathouse now.
But that doesn't always seem
Do
to
you
be the
copy?
case with them. Like, there are times where I've shot them, and they have all limbs intact, and their head's still going. Oh, here he is. Yeah, I think it's a regular Nazi, and I go to take him down, but... Oh, he's zombie. Also, the zombies are on fire. They explain that it's not because of hellfire or anything. You find one note that says, when they turn to zombies, their internal temperature rises so high. Which...
That.
I don't think that's accurate. I would, you know, I think it would have been easier had they just said it was magical hellfire. Instead, it's some stupid nonsense health reason.
I can weigh in on that and
Yeah.
put that one down. Even with everything else that's going on, I don't think it's the worst thing. You know what?
You know what? They're Nazis. You know, capable of a lot of bad stuff. Right? Am I right?
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire is
Kessler, come in. You read?
That's true.
Just when it's used in zombies are Nazis.
Fucking gadgets.
So
That was
this,
incredibly difficult to lift that forward.
for such a huge muscle man,
yeah,
I know.
for everything else that he's doing.
Look, good to note though. He's got a shirt on though.
Hippo behind you!
We had to infiltrate like a Nazi bar
Well,
and pretend to be a waiter.
It's too dangerous at this point to get some shit.
Yeah,
There's
you-
many zombies around.
You don't want a zombie to claw you and get their, you know, infection in your blood or whatever. Well, I think this one is actually just magic based, so if you die, you don't. Like that lady.
It's fire that causes zombies.
Yeah, you know.
Think about that. Maybe the fire is.
Fire spread. Oh, okay, alright.
Well, it's all over your hands. So. This is gonna be like, you are.
You deserved a better fate than this.
Well, you know,
Fire's inside.
I'm
all of
fine.
us. I got you.
Some of the zombies use guns, which, you know, they sort of just firing wildly, but it's cool. It's kind of funny. Be like that guy. I didn't crack his head open or anything. He's not going to get back up. He's not dismembered, so that's a little weird.
Well, you know, his fire went out.
His fire went out,
The
yeah.
light inside him is gone.
That's sort of tragic when you put it that way. Oh, zombie dog! Zombie compound. I guess we'll get a sawdust shotgun in a moment here, but it's actually the regular shotgun from the main.
I think it'd be cool if you could upgrade your pipe.
Yeah, like, what would you upgrade it with?
More pipe.
More pipe? I guess so.
Like the Darth Maul of pipe.
Just really long pipe.
6 or 7 feet of pipe swinging wildly.
I don't know how good that would be.
You could get a double chin after a while.
A double chin?
Zabrak are pretty cool. That was the extent of my Star Wars knowledge.
What are you talking about double chins, though?
He's got the double chin. He has a double chin.
Darth Maul?
It's like a little nub on a nub.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I know what you're talking about. Darth Maul is a member of the Zabrak species, native to Iridonia. You think you're going to tell me what's what about Zabraks, buddy? They don't have double chins, like, not as a feature of their race. Maybe that guy, the actor, just was a little chubby, which I don't even think, because he's like a world-class martial artist wushu champion. Yeah, that's just a regular chin. You're looking at a picture now, that's just a chin.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's one of those like relics of my childhood. I thought that's where his chin was.
You're talking about the part where the red gets like engulfed by black. Yeah, alright. Yeah, well, you're still a
It
child.
was magic.
You thought,
What's your
alright.
location?
Well, this is Wolfenstein the Old Blood. I gotta say, I don't think it's great. You know, like I said, part of what made the New Order so good was all its character and atmosphere, and almost none of that's here. Coin. Oh, how much? It's on sale for Steam for $44.99, but that's
No,
no, not,
deal.
I know, but like for $44.99, you can get the new order and this. But the new order is $44.99, so you basically just buy this and get it for free. And you can have the order on its own. It's $20.
This would be $20. How long did it take you to play through?
That's about 6 hours on normal.
Not.
Yeah, about 6 hours on normal. Baby, don't hurt me. Can I play, Dad? I think it's don't hurt me, baby.
Don't hurt me.
No, I think it's just don't hurt me, and then can I play, Dad? Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I mean, if you like the action in Wolfenstein and only like that, I mean, this is just more of that. So I guess feel free to play that. But if you only tolerated the action for the story stuff, I wouldn't recommend this.
Hello.
I like that bone saw.
The bone saw? I mean, this is literally just a shotgun from the main game. You saws it off, and it's kind of useless when you have the 16-round double auto shotgun.
You have 80 other guns.
Yeah, so I screwed up. I didn't get it. Yeah, well,
I mean, you got it.
I got it. Whatever.
No satisfaction.
So
This is one double barrel.
So that's Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. Oh, geez. Yeah, there's zeppelins, so the zombies fall out of they fall out of the burning zeppelins, which is pretty cool.
Why isn't this the whole game?
Yeah,
This is pretty cool. This should be the whole game.
I thought the fall killed me.
Crowds of zombies you were just running through. Imagine on anything but the easiest level, that would be a little more intense, a little more satisfying.
They can surround you a little bit. Happy Victory in Europe Day. That's Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. I'm Ryan from SciQuestion.com, and
I'm not.
I guess that's it.
The zombies falling from the sky are awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
That's what's fun.
I like it.
I'm pretty sure this is what FDR wants.
Thanks, FDR. Well, it's Victory in Europe Day, so that would have been free. Anyway, we're out.
I know.
We're out.
Dying
We're
wish.
out.